Well, tonight in the podcast, ladies and gentlemen, Vice President Kamala Harris has been just, we know the first thing that she had taken from Donald Trump was no tax on tips. Now, all of a sudden, the Democrats are moving away all of a sudden during this campaign from their open border policy. And it was so bad that even ABC, which is a friendly to Vice President Kamala Harris, they're calling her out about a recent ad that she made. Why don't y'all watch this?
You take a look at that ad, and one thing that I found striking is if you look, and I think we have the images here, there are at least 3 points in that ad that show the border wall, Donald Trump's border wall. Is it now the position of the Democrats that they favor the border wall?
Well, the Democrats will say anything they can say to win. Listen, the Democrats know that the American people are sick and tired of the migrant crisis. Do y'all just know? I just watched a video of the Prime Minister of Canada, Justin Trudeau, and they're putting on, and they're liberal as you can be. I mean, if you want to see a liberal country, that's it. And they're clamping down on immigration all of a sudden now. They're doing it. They're talking about limiting temporary status, stopping people from staying there. They coming out with new laws. Why? Because Canadians have been protesting against all those migrants being in the country. You understand what I'm saying? It's like, look, you got to take care of your citizens. If you're here on a student visa, you go to school, get your degree, and you go back to your homeland. You don't stay here. That's what a student visa is supposed to be, right? America can't take in everybody. We don't have infinite resources. We don't. And there's a lot of American citizens right here that need help. Now, so the Harris campaign, they know people, they know how people are feeling. You think they don't hear what people saying in Chicago to my black people and others? You think they don't hear what's going on in New York? Well, all of a sudden, Eric Adams now, he's starting to evict them out of those hotels. I don't know if you heard that. He's starting to slowly cut that money off, saying, hey, we're running out of money. Or the Democrats are trying to do a 180. All of a sudden in California, now all of a sudden, they want to start clamping down all of a sudden now on crime all of a sudden. I say, oh, okay, so now y'all about to totally try to do a 180 because you know good and well that Donald Trump is going to win that election if y'all keep that up with that immigration push or the open borders. But see, Vice President Kamala Harris and the Democrat Party, y'all got a problem. The problem that you have is that you can't just reverse course now. You have so many that y'all let in this time period. And how you going to cut them off now? How you going to start talking about a border wall? Now, I thought the border wall was evil. All it took was, but they say, what, $10 billion to build the wall from California all the way down here to Texas? And Democrats obstructed that wall, obstructed. But there was a figure that the federal government so far has spent $435 billion on the migrants. We're talking from the federal. We're not talking about the states. We're not talking about the cities. We're talking about federal. It would have been just $10 billion and you'd have had your wall and then everything would have been all good. Now, even if they would have had the wall, if Biden kept flying them in, then the wall wouldn't have stopped anything, right? But y'all can't reverse course now. You can't talk about, oh, we're going to stop all the immigration. We're going to have a tough bill. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. No, because now you're pandering and now we know you're lying because immigration and open borders is what y'all like to do on the Democrat side. And in the area of black people, that's hurtful to us because resources are being taken out of the black American community and given to migrants. And this has been the policy of the Democrat Party. I know we have some silly black people in our community. I get that. I know some of them would just vote blue no matter who. They don't care. I understand that. I get that 2,000%. Vote blue no matter who with them. But those of us who are living this every day, those of us who are dealing with things, struggling out here, looking at groceries and trying to put things together, trying to cut costs, trying to cut expenses all the way around that we can, right? We can't sit up here and promote any party that's literally bringing people in to siphon resources out. It doesn't make sense. Countries throughout the world don't do this. This isn't any kind of normal behavior for no functioning country. So for her to be showing Donald Trump's wall like the Democrats was all behind it, that's kind of foul. Like, how much more are you going to steal from Trump? Like, you literally meeting a stereotype. Especially how you got in she got in politics. Like, come up with your own ideas. Stop sitting up here, the wall, when the Democrats hated the wall, sit up here talking about no tax on tips. You stole that from Trump. What else you going to steal from him at this point? Where's your policies? That's totally different from Donald Trump. Where's your policies that's better than Donald Trump? And giving home loans to migrants is not it. When we got American citizens who have been renting for decades. Decades, American citizens have been renting. And they haven't had an opportunity as of yet to become homeowners. And migrants who just got here, give them decades of renting. Where is our American citizens who deserve that chance by the state government, California, or Vice President Kamala Harris, the federal government? Those rights and privileges and perks are supposed to be for the citizens of this country or the residents of the state of California. Y'all going to start losing a lot of elections, Democrats, because people see what you're doing. People see the agenda. And you could talk about Trump and this and the Republicans and all the Project 2025 you want, but you're not engaging groceries, definitely grocery store, but kitchen table issues. You're not. You're literally making our kitchen table issues harder when you're bringing in mass immigration. And it's not even high-skilled immigration you're bringing in. It's not like you're bringing doctors and scientists and astronauts and astrophysicists and, brain surgeons. You're not bringing them kind of people in who actually help society. You're bringing in low-skilled labor and criminals. There's criminals running around all the place, gangs running around that wasn't even here until y'all brought them in because you just wanted mass people to come in on an agenda. So you can't sit up here and we can't trust you to fix it now. Listen, when it comes to the immigration, I told y'all that. I trust Trump on that. I don't trust her. She and Biden showed me their hand. The Democrat Party showed me their hand. I do not trust the Democrat Party on immigration. Not at all. When Trump talking about listen, because when Trump was in office, we seen it all the time. Trump was like, he'll get them on out of here. He'll go on them job sites. He round them up, get them on out of here. A lot of black men got jobs because of that. They got jobs. So why would I be against Trump getting people off these job sites where brothers can get some jobs? I am not against that. Black men need a job. And some of those jobs that the migrants are working are black jobs. You doggone right. Construction jobs are black jobs. You're right about that. That's a black job. And if Trump gonna get them on out of here so black men go get those black jobs, then I'm all for it. I don't see how a black man could even support his own undermining. That's silly to me. That's silly. Nobody does that except you. You hurt the most out of their open border policies in the Democrat Party. But for her to be featuring the wall and talking about she's a tough prosecutor, and I keep asking black people when we start liking police all of a sudden. I never understood that. When we start liking police, prosecutors who giving us time, it's not like she was like a revolutionary prosecutor that was, getting black people out of jail. She wasn't letting black people being railroaded. It's not like she was like that. No, she put a lot of black people in jail on stupidity. Marijuana, really? That don't hurt nobody. I mean, put people in jail that's like, terrorists, people that violate children, women, men, the things that's horrible in society, violent criminals, things like that. But I don't believe nobody need to be in no jail behind no 420. Nobody. Because I haven't seen people hurt nobody when they're doing that. Just never seen it. Or the situation with the truancy thing. What she did with those parents. Or the case of Matrice Richardson. What she did with that situation. Right? Like I'm just trying to figure out. She was operating on the status quo. Locking black people up and not giving black people justice. Bottom line. So I keep asking these vote blue no matter who people, when we start liking police all of a sudden. I thought that's right-wingers that be loving police, loving prosecutors, loving judges, loving all that. That's that. So now all of a sudden, y'all law and order. I keep asking that question. Y'all law and order now? A couple years ago with George Floyd, y'all couldn't stand police and prosecutors and anybody else. All these years, all the way back to Trayvon Martin, y'all couldn't stand prosecutors, police. Now all of a sudden with her, y'all loving police, and all of a sudden y'all talking about the wall. Boy, that's interesting how people would twist and abandon their ideals for somebody they like. That's amazing. That means you don't have no character when you do things like that. But, we're going to see her continue to do things like this, and the Democrats, they're going to act like they didn't create the problem. But people like myself is going to be here to remind you they created the problem. Everything was in place. Biden and Harris didn't have to touch nothing. Remain in Mexico was in place. Title 42 was in place. They didn't have to touch nothing. Just left it alone. And they would have been real good. Left the Keystone Pipeline alone. They would have been good. At minimum, left that alone. Spending all that money with the American Rescue Plan and the infrastructure bill. They spent all that money and dragged up inflation like this. They did that. It was them. Don't let them forget what the things that they done economically. But they're going to throw everything at the wall but the kitchen sink to see if it sticks. Some of y'all, they going to get y'all to vote for them, like I said. But when it comes to the immigration issue, I will open